everyone, welcome back to another video. So today I have another massive coloring book haul, flip through and review. I have quite a few coloring books here. I think I have 6 or 7. Some of them are from Ava Browne, and I believe I have a Deborah Muller book, and then I have Color It's brand new release, so I'm excited to show you that one. As with all of these videos, I will let you know which colored pencils I like the best in each one of these books. We are going to do a complete flip through for each one of these books, and of course I will give you my first impressions because I have not yet flipped through any of these books. As I've said in my previous videos, I always, when I receive coloring books from these companies, I always put them in a corner to the back of my office, and I just wait until I make these videos so that I can share my first impressions with all of you. And I've tried to set them to music quite a few times, and y'all have said that you don't enjoy when I do that. You would rather hear my commentary along with the flip throughs. So that is what we're going to do today. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up because it really helps my channel out a lot, and it helps my videos to be seen by others in the coloring community. If you check the description box down below, I will have links down there for everything that you see in this video, as well as my email list, my Etsy store, and my Patreon if you would like to support me over there. I'm also now teaching private coloring classes. If you're interested in taking some classes with me, I would love to meet you. Let's go ahead and get into these flip throughs. The first book I have to share with you is Cute Mermaids by Ava Browne. And the first few books are going to be Ava Browne. I think I have 4 new Ava Browne books. All of these are going to be fairly new releases. And this one, this particular one, was released on July 10th. So it is, what, a month and a half? It's been out for maybe a month and a half. So it's fairly new, and they did come out with quite a bit of books in June and July. So I'm going to show you all of those today. Now these books are printed on Amazon paper, and when you purchase the Ava Browne books, you will also get a code so that you can also get the digital version. And I know so many of you really love that because you like to print your books out on your own paper. And y'all know that I love the Spring Hill paper, so I always love having a digital copy because I feel like if I could print out the pages on my Spring Hill paper, it always makes my coloring looks so much better. That's not to say that the Amazon paper is not okay to color on, because it is. I've done lots of things using the Amazon paper and coloring right in the books, and I have found that for the Amazon paper, the pencils that usually work the best for me are my Caran d'Ache Pablo pencils, which they can be quite expensive. So if you don't have those, I also love my Prismacolors in these books, as well as my Castle Art colored pencils. The Castle Arts were really surprising because for me, the Castle Arts, I tend to, I don't know, I struggle to find books that they work really well in. But with the Amazon books, they do work really, really well and go down on this paper very well. I really enjoy the Castle Arts in these books. So let's go ahead and get into the flip through. And on the first page, it just says Cute Mermaids coloring book. And I do also want to let you know that Ava Browne does also have an Etsy store. So if you want to purchase the digital copy, you can do that as well. And I'll have a link for their Etsy store down in the description box below. But as with all of their books, you've got the front page here. It just gives their website. This book also includes a digital copy that you can print out at home for instructions, and your access code. You would just go to the last page of the coloring book, and then it gives all the information for their social media. And then the first page is always a color test page, so you could put together some combinations, test out your colors, or use that paper or use this page however you would like to. And then we have a second one of the color test page, and of course you can print out as many of these that you need, because when you purchase their books on Amazon, you are also going to get the digital copy like I said earlier. So these books are all one-sided, and so I really love that about them because you can use your markers if you would like to, your alcohol markers or even water-based markers. I actually did a page last week where I colored with my Crayola Super Tips, and that was a lot of fun. And anytime that I use markers, I end up creating a page with lots of different mixed media, but I generally tend to, if I'm using pencils, I use primarily just pencils, maybe some glitter. A lot of times if I use my alcohol markers, I will bring my Prismacolors in, or any other colored pencils. I've done it with my Pablos too, and I will just use my pencils to create all the highlights and the you know, more depth and dimension, create some shadows and everything else with my colored pencils, and they work really, really well together. Now, I would suggest if you're going to use these books and you are going to use your markers, that you take something and you put it over here behind the page so that your markers don't bleed through, because they definitely will. But there are so many cute little mermaids in this book. Y'all know I love mermaids. I really, really love mermaids. So you've got lots of practice in these books because, you know, it's not just the mermaid. Here you could practice water as well. And there is, of course, going to be lots of water in these books. You could see the lines here. I'm assuming she may be underwater with the fish. You've got some fish here to color and some underwater foliage. But these are super, super cute. And of course, the images are a little bit more cartoony, but they are absolutely adorable. And here we have one where she is sitting on top of the water. It looks like it might even be some kind of waterfall or something. Oh, and here we have one of her just laying in a boat or a canoe. And here we have one of her holding a shell with a pearl in it. And then we've got a cute little turtle here. We have lots of fish and our mermaid. So if you want to learn how to color mermaids and bring all of your like really beautiful, bright, vibrant colors, like your blues and your greens and your teals and all of those colors, this would be a great book for you. And there is actually a lot of like these lines and stuff here that are in her fins. You actually could use those lines in each one of these mermaids and use them as a guide and make it look just a little bit more artistic with your colored pencils. You have lots of skin and hair practice, and y'all know with mermaids you can definitely create pink hair and purple hair and blue hair and green hair and rainbow hair. Whatever color you like. Oh, and I love her hair. Look, it looks like she is underwater, and you know how your hair just sort of rises when you're underwater. Look how cool that is. This one too. And then we get to the center, and of course you've got a whole extra set of pages. So it just says duplicate pages start here. So the whole rest of the book is actually going to be another copy of those pages. So if you're coloring and you do something that you don't care for and you want to come back and try it again, you can start all over again. And of course with these books you are going to get the digital copy as well, so you can print it out as many times as you would like to. Even if you didn't have the digital copy, you could also lay this book in your printer and print out the pages and still create as many copies as you want to. But that was Cute Mermaids coloring book by Ava Browne. This next one I have is also by Ava Browne. This one is Forest Animals coloring book, and the release date of this one was July 30th. Now all of these books are available on Amazon for only $6.99, and I believe in the Etsy store they might be $3.99, but of course if you purchase the book you're getting the digital copy for free as well, so you'll have the book to add to your collection. And I always like having the books even if I'm not going to color in them. I really enjoy having the books for my collection. Now these first couple pages are going to be the same as they were in the previous flip through, so we are not going to go over those again. You get your color test pages again, and this one is just going to be full of forest animals, and these look like they are a little bit more cartoony, but if you look at this, you do have all of the extra details on here so that you can make them look really realistic. You could draw in your own fur with your colored pencils on some of these animals, and you can really make them come to life. So we're just going to have lots of different animals in this book. Here we have some birds and some more birds, And I think birds right now are pretty popular in a lot of these coloring books. Look how cute. We've got a couple little squirrels. And I love how the artwork in here is sort of grayed out on the background. And that is really helpful. Oh, this one is like that too. So that is really helpful when you want to really make the animals be the focal point of your page. And then make everything in the background or towards the back that would be part of the background, make it look a lot, you know, like you could color it with like lighter colors, and then you can color the animals with darker, more vibrant colors, and sort of really make the animals really stand out and just really create a focal point on your page. But I really love that. But if you look at the trees on here, you can see that even though this is a more cartoony art style, we still have a lot of that, you know, like the detail on here that you could use as a guide and really bring life to these pages. Here we have some bees. Oh, I don't know if I want to color bees. Oh my goodness. Okay, oh, we have crocodiles. Crocodiles or alligators, one of the two. Now, I'm from Florida, so that's not a big deal to me. But they used to be just everywhere. And I remember I used to work at a place where everybody used to feed them, and so they were probably not supposed to be doing that because the alligators got really friendly and they would come all the way up to the edge of the water and out of the water where we would sit and eat lunch. And everybody just thought that was the coolest thing ever, but it was probably pretty dangerous. Now we've got some snakes. Look, are these sloths? Oh my goodness, those are adorable. Okay, so we've got some monkeys. What are these, grasshoppers? Yeah, I believe those are grasshoppers. So we have a little bit of everything in this book, it looks like. Oh my goodness, look at these. What are these, chimpanzees or gorillas? And then we've got some tigers and eagles. And it looks like a lot of them. We've got an animal down on the lower part of the page and then an animal up at the top part of the page, and then we've got lots of scenery and such in the background, so that's really cool. So then we get to our duplicate pages start here, and so just like the last one or all of the Ava Browne books, you are going to have just a double copy. And that was Forest Animals Coloring Book by Ava Browne. So now I'm getting to some of my favorites from the Ava Browne collection. There are quite a few, and I did another one where I did a bunch of Ava Browne coloring books, and it was the Secret Village books, or like the little, sort of like a little town type books and such. I can't remember the exact titles, but I'll link that video up in the upper corner if I remember. This one is Secret Village Summer, so this one is going to be more summery, and the release date on this one is June 20th. So this one is fairly new as well. So we've got Secret Village Summer, and then of course we have our front page just thanking us for choosing Ava Browne coloring books, and then again we have our color test pages. But you will see how adorable these books are. They remind me a lot of the, gosh, what is her name? Tatiana Bogima, I think is her name, but like her little town books or whatever. But it's, I don't know, it's sort of the same thing, but they are still quite different at the same time. But there's lots of little mice in here. Here we have little mice on bikes just traveling through the town. And then we've got lots of adorable little buildings. These almost look like little circus buildings or something. And this one looks almost like, it looks like a circus building with like a castle behind it or something. That's very interesting. But there is going to be lots and lots of very cute images in this book. Look at the two little mice over here on their little floats in the water right in front of their house. And then we've got some swinging, and then this little happy guy going down the slide. And we have this little mouse here standing by the fountain. We've got a tree up there so we could practice coloring our trees. And then here we've got a building. And so you can practice that, maybe coloring in some stone and such. And then here we have, oh, aren't they adorable? Look at their little hats. Oh my goodness. So I actually have some tutorials where I showed you all how to color like roofs and such. And I will link that in the upper right-hand corner if I remember. But there is so much practice in this book. And I really just really love these. And I love how this one is primarily summer. Look here, they're at the beach. And then we have, now see, the houses in this book are just so creative. Look how cute that is. We've got all our little veggies here, so you could practice coloring in some fruit. And then we've got this little like stone pathway leading up to the door. And here we have some mushroom homes. And isn't that sort of like, gosh, and I hope I'm pronouncing her name right, but the Little Town books, Tatiana Bogima, I think is how you say her name. I am hoping that I'm not really messing that up, but she has a lot of really imaginary houses like this, I believe, like the little mushroom houses. Look how cute. They're having a little picnic. Here she is catching butterflies. That page is adorable. Oh, how cute. Look at the couch just right out here in kind of like the middle of nowhere with all this beautiful foliage. Even had a little lantern up there. Here's another little imaginative house with a little stone pathway. There's a lot of coloring stones or bricks or what have you in this book. And then the adorable little mushrooms everywhere. We've even got some flowers. And you can make those flowers look really realistic once you add some color to them. Oh, look how cute this is. They got their little like duck floats and they're just floating around in the pond. This book is just the cutest ever. Oh my gosh, look at these. They're in their bikinis. This is so cute. Look at them in their swimming pool in front of their adorable little mushroom houses. This is adorable. Here we've got our American flags. Oh, what is this? A lemonade stand. So he has a little lemonade stand in front of his little tree house. That is so cute. And then we've got some more mushroom houses and they're playing tennis out in front of their home. Look at the little merry-go-round and then like the monkey bars. Are those monkey bars? Those monkey bars look more like a ladder. Maybe since he's a mouse and he's just so short and tiny, we couldn't have real monkey bars? I don't know. Maybe his monkey bar is more like a ladder. So then we've got this adorable little house. These are so imaginative. We got more mushrooms. We've got lots of foliage up here and some leaves to practice on. Y'all know I have lots of leaf tutorials, tons and tons of them. I have a whole playlist on my channel for coloring leaves. I'll make sure that I link that in the upper right hand corner in case you are interested in watching those. But I've got lots of different leaf tutorials that you could apply to this coloring book. I even have one where I colored a mushroom, so you could apply that one as well to this coloring book for all the mushrooms. Now, of course, we get to our page where we've got the duplicate pages start here, and so the rest of the book is just a bunch of duplicate pages. But that was Secret Village Summer Coloring Book by Ava Browne, and again, the release date on this one was June 20th, so it is a fairly new release. This is another one by Ava Browne, and this one is Beach Scenes Coloring Book. And the release date on this one is July 24th. So we've got a couple summery books here. We've got this beach one, and then we had that last one that was more summery. And of course, that's probably why they were released in June, the summertime. I can't wait to start seeing some of our autumn books because we are approaching that time of year. Oh, look how cute. So this is, maybe this is going to be just like a bunch of scenery and such. So we've got like our bathing suits hanging and whatever outside of a building. We've got these like leaves that look more like they would, or not leaves, but tree branches that would look like more that like they were coming from maybe a some sort of palm tree or something. And then I think these are called elephant ears, I think. But they look a lot like a lot of the foliage that I saw when I used to live in Florida. And I actually grew up in Florida, so some of that is really just familiar to me and brings back a lot of memories, like the palm trees. I miss the palm trees. I really, really do. And then these types of plants, I'm not sure if they're called elephant ears or what they're called, but maybe we're going to see those a lot throughout this entire book. Okay, so this book is going to be full of beach scenes, just like the title says. So here we have an umbrella and a chair, and then here we have what looks like a little, maybe it's a lemonade, who knows? Yeah, it looks like we've got some drinks here and such, and then some watermelon. And then we've got this big old watermelon here. Here we have a bird with a fence. And then some more what looks like palm trees. And then we have another umbrella where it looks like two people are getting ready to just enjoy a little picnic with some watermelon. Here we have a table with lots more goodies on it. So this one's going to be really good also, not just for the beach scenes, but practicing water. But there is a lot of food. Here's some more food again, but you would be able to practice food. And then here you've got these bottles. So for these bottles, you could actually learn or practice how to color these glass bottles, like these champagne bottles and such, or even these cups that have some sort of liquid inside of them. And then we've got lots of water. And I don't know, water is a tutorial that I'm going to have to do because I have not done a water tutorial quite yet. And there are quite a lot of books with water in them. And I've been wanting to bring y'all a tutorial where I used acrylic paint and watered it down to show you how to create water over another object, because that is a really, really cool technique. Okay, so now we have some more, I call them Florida looking trees. That's what they look like to me. Like, this is just bringing back so many memories of the beach. Here we've got some canoes. And man, let me tell you, when I used to live in Florida, I was at the beach every single day. Like in my early 20s, I was at the beach every single day. Like I never missed a day. Never, never, never. It was one of my favorite places to be. Okay, so here's another one. We just have our bathing suits hanging over the fence to dry. Oh, I remember those days. It looks like they might be here like at a hotel room or something like that, and they just have like the doors open looking at the ocean. You've got all these rocks and everything here. And then of course that is the end. So our duplicate pages start here. And so we don't need to look at the rest of it, but that was Beach Scenes Coloring Book by Ava Browne. So that was the last one by Ava Browne, and now I have a coloring book that I have been dying to look through because I told y'all when I get these coloring books, I set them in a corner because I really want these flip through and reviews to be my first reaction. I always want to share my first reaction with all of you. So I have not seen this book yet. I have not gone to Deborah Muller's Facebook group to look at the flip through. I just knew she came out with a new book, and I talked to her and I said, if you have anything you want to send me for my next video like this, go ahead and feel free to send it to me so that I could get it into a video. And so this is what she sent me, but this is Steampunk Pirate Girls. And I know a lot of people in my Facebook group have been asking for me to do like a tutorial that is like steampunky or whatever. Like I've had quite a few people ask me that, and I don't know how many of you are really into that. Like, I don't know, it's not usually my first choice to color, but maybe it will be after I look through this book. But again, this one is a very new release because I think it's only been out for a couple weeks now. So we are looking at this for the first time together if you've not already seen this one. And her girls always look, I don't know, they're very different. Like you could look at Deborah Muller's artwork and it's just so unique. Like this girl here, she's got Pirate's Life. And then it looks like she is like a pirate, but she has like dreadlocks in her hair. That is just, I don't know. Her artwork is just so creative to me. And I love Deborah's books because this is where I started. When I was a very beginner colorist, Deborah was the one that her artwork just made me want to keep coloring. I colored in nothing but her books. Her books were and I'm not even exaggerating, like I would go from one Deborah Muller book to another Deborah Muller book, and I would just always color in her books. I have probably more images from her books than any other one. Now, as you can see, as I flip through this, you can see that her artwork is very different, and there's a little bit of something for everyone if you've seen my previous flip throughs. So this book here is just going to probably be a variety. I'm seeing lots of pirates, and it does have the steampunky vibe. This one says well-behaved women rarely make history. So I love when she puts little things like that too on the page, because she always really has a creative way of making the artwork, and whatever words she puts on the page just really go together. Like, it really just speaks to you. And then here we have a pirate girl with a little skull on her cap and a feather. And then here is another one. Now see, she looks really cool. Like, I think she looks really cool. And I would really like to color this. Sometimes I just like to, with Deborah's books, like lately, like this page I look at and I want to get out my alcohol markers. I would print this on my favorite marker paper, and I would get out my alcohol markers, my Ohuhu alcohol markers. I just showed those in a previous video, and I also did a review on them, an extensive review. I'll link that in the upper right hand corner if you've not yet seen that. But I love these pages where she has the full girl on it, and then she has a background that is already there, because I'm already looking at this and I'm thinking what I could do with those clouds. But I would get out my alcohol markers, and I would use my alcohol markers as a base on that page, and then I would bring in probably my gel pens. I would use my colored pencils to really enhance it and add lots more highlights and shadows, because I'm still learning when it comes to alcohol markers. I don't generally try to, you know, blend them together. Like, I do a little bit, but sometimes I do, and then I get a little aggravated with myself, like we all do when we're learning a new medium. But I do okay with markers. With these books, you can use your markers. Just make sure that you put something behind it. But I have actually used my markers directly in these Amazon books, and they tend to work very well as long as you put something behind the page. And these pages are all one-sided, just like the Ava Browne books that I just showed you. So you don't have to worry about your markers bleeding onto the other image as long as you have something behind. Now, she definitely looks like a pirate. Look at her with her cigarette. She's carrying her gold. This is a super, super cute book. Look at this one, Sea Demon with an octopus on her chest. Oh my goodness. Here she's leaning up on the tree and she's reading her map. It looks like she's getting ready to go on a journey. Now, this one is interesting. See, like, this for me, this is something I wouldn't color, just because I color to relax, and I don't know, I've not been in one of those moods lately to color something like this one, and I don't care for snakes. I don't care for snakes at all. So I stay away from pages like this. But that's what I mean when I say Deborah Muller has absolutely something for everything, because she even has books, like she has this one book that I love that is just a bunch of different clothing, and it's called like Fashion something or other, and it's a really thick book and has like 50 images or more in it, and it's just really good practice for coloring clothes. And when I'm getting out my alcohol markers, I love that book. And then she also has a book that I can't remember the name of that one either, but I always put it in my favorites in the description box. I think that it's still there, but it's one of her books that is just portraits. I'm going to have to go find it because I want to be able to show it to y'all. Okay, so I want to show y'all what I'm talking about, but this right here is my absolute favorite book because it's portraits, but they are very, very different. Like, very different. And I think I have colored the most in this book out of any of my other books. I did this one when I was still a beginner, and you could see it's got lots of glitter and everything on it, and I really loved, when I colored this, I loved the way all the colors came together, but you could see the glitter on her eyeshadow. This is when I was first learning how to color skin, so I don't feel like I did very well with the skin, but I'm not afraid to show it because y'all can see how far I've come with my coloring. And like, I look at this now and I'm just like, wow. Like, if you look at my coloring then compared to now. But this is my coloring now. Y'all saw this tutorial in Color Along. This one's by Mariola Budek, but that is my coloring now. And then this was my coloring then. Of course, this is on Amazon paper and the other one is on really good paper. So that does make a difference too. But there's just lots of really cool portraits in here. Here's another one I started but didn't finish. But I absolutely love the colors in this. And I used Prismacolors on these. So when I tell you that Prismacolors work really well in these books. This one here is one of my favorites that I've ever colored, and I actually did a tutorial on my channel where I showed you how to take something that you colored when you were a beginner and improve upon it. So I actually came back and improved upon all of this skin, and I will link that video up in the upper right hand corner. I think I improved the skin. I did something extra with all of the wings, if I remember correctly. I don't remember exactly what else I did, but I really changed it up from what it originally looked like. But this is one of my absolute favorite books, and I really love that. I will link this book in the description box below for you. And there is another one that is very much like this, but it's still a little bit different. I still love this one so much more. She had come out with both of them at the same time, and I don't remember what the other one was called. But the other one I was talking about when I said she had a book that was just a bunch of fashion, it's this one here, and it's called Fairy Fashion Show. And if you look through here, you can see it is really just a bunch of, you know, girls in clothing. And these are the ones that I love to get my alcohol markers out for and use a bunch of mixed media, because then I can just color something really quickly. And they have plenty of space for backgrounds. But that's that one. And just to show you that she has a little something for everyone, this one here is Crazy Cat Girls. And I feel like this is a book so many of us would love, because it's just, this is, I don't know, like the name Crazy Cat Girls just is so super cool. But this is something I colored when I was a beginner, and I really was not happy with it because I messed up the background. So yeah, we all mess up. I did a horrible job on her eyes. And I shouldn't be talking about my coloring that way, because those are memories, and I colored it and I was a beginner, but that's okay. But this book is absolutely adorable. It's just nothing but girls and cats. Crazy cat girls. Cats just want to have fun. Like, the whole book is super, super cute, but that's what I mean when I say she has a little something for everyone. So let's go ahead and continue with this flip through, but I just wanted to show you all what I meant, and I wanted to be able to show you. I didn't want to talk about like other books and then not show you what I was talking about. Okay, so here's another one. She is just up to no good. Look at this. Oh my goodness. And then here we have a pirate girl with her sword. And that is the end of this one. And then she just gives you all of her information on the back, where you could find her. She has a coloring book group that is really, really amazing. I've been in her group for, oh my gosh, I don't even know, for years now. And then she shows you where you could find her on Instagram and Etsy. She has all of her coloring books, but then she also, in her Etsy store, has other coloring pages and a few other things. I can't really remember, but she's got a few other things in her Etsy store as well. So you can, I'll have the link down in the description box below so that you can go check out her Etsy store if you want to. Okay, so now we have Color It's brand new release. And as you can see, I'm not telling a story when I tell you that I set them aside and I don't even look at them, because this one comes wrapped. The Color It books always come wrapped like this in plastic, but you could tell I've not even opened this one yet, so I'm going to open it with y'all on camera. Okay, so we got the plastic off. As you can see, all of their books are always spiral bound. I really love that about the Color It coloring books. Now this one is called Colorful Dragons. This is volume 2. They apparently had another book that was a dragon coloring book, and it was apparently pretty popular, so they came out with a volume 2, and this is going to have 50 original hand-drawn designs in it. So let's go ahead and open this one up. These covers, these coloring books, I will tell you, are really worth the money. Like, this is really super thick, almost like cardboard, and it's really, really good quality. So whatever you color inside this book, it's going to be nice and protected and contained within the book. And then you can just flip it upwards like this because it is spiral bound. Oh, look at this gorgeous front page they did with the black background. That is so cool. Okay, so then it just gives all of the information, who it was illustrated by and edited by, and the publisher. and 2021 color it, so that would be like, you know, it was released in 2021. No part of this book may be used or reproduced in any manner whatsoever without written permission, except in the case of reprints in the context of reviews. Let me go ahead and show you this too. If you look at these books, let me hold this a little bit closer. So all of the Color It books have a perforation right here. So if you want to be able to take the pages out that you have colored, you can do so. And I really love that about their books. You could see the perforation a little bit better on this page. So I'll bring this one closer and you can see. But yeah, you could see that it's perforated right here. And so if you want to just color a page and take it out, or even take it out to color it, you can do so. And then here it says, Unleash Your Creative Power with Colorful Dragons Volume 2. This is the blotter page. And then it has this little thing here you could scan with your phone. So you would scan the QR code with your phone's camera, and it would take you to their website where you can learn more about their book club. And then down here, it's going to tell you a little bit about the different dragons that are in this book for you to color. So we've got our front page, This Book Belongs To. And I have a feeling I'm really going to love this book, because I really love any book that is, you know, kind of like fantasy type book, or more like, you know, mystical or along those lines. And then with these books, a lot of times you're going to get pages that sort of go back and forth. So I'm going to have to flip a little bit so y'all can see the images. Okay, so we have another dragon kind of flying in the sky. And here is another image. These images are really nice, and you've got the flowers and everything here. Now, I didn't talk a whole lot about the paper. The paper in these Color It coloring books, it is a bit smoother. So the medium that I love to use in these books are my alcohol markers. The alcohol markers work really, really well on this paper, and I can show you the paper is rather thick. So the paper is really good quality. It is just rather smooth, and you can, like I said earlier, you can use your alcohol markers, and then you can go back over the images with your colored pencils to create all that extra added depth and dimension and such. Look at this one. This dragon is just coming right out of this this bottle here. That is so super cool. Oh wow. On this page, you could just bring so much detail to this page. And look at all these leaves down here. I would color all of those leaves a really like, you know, like fantasy looking colors, and probably make them look a lot like the dragon, and bring some of the colors down from that I used in the dragon, and then just add more colors into the leaves. I like to do that a lot on my coloring pages, where I color one image and I've got a certain few colors that I use, and then come to another image on the page and then take away a couple of those colors, keep some of the colors, and then bring in additional colors. And it really brings a lot of balance to your page and brings all of the colors together, making them look really cohesive. Oh wow, so here we have a girl that has a dragon like right behind. I would be so scared if I was her. Like, I would be totally scared. I think I am I skipping a page, or is a paper that thick? I am skipping a page. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn it again. And I think we're about halfway through the book. There's a lot of images in here. And here is a girl on the dragon flying through the sky. This is a really cool book. I love these images. Y'all, we are doing so much turning. But all of their books are like this. You get a good variety of landscape and portrait images in their books. So you could really pick and choose what it is you want to color. And then of course you have the ability to take the pages out of the book if you wanted to do so. Here we have a page with two dragons on it, and lots of leaves and foliage and some flowers up here. And I folded the book back and put the other pages behind because it makes it easier for me to flip through for y'all. Oh, this page is really cool. I like this one. This dragon is so different. And then we've got a butterfly here. And this one almost looks like a cross between a dragon and a butterfly. I bet that would be absolutely beautiful once you added color to that page. We've got lots of leaves again and foliage. We've got some grass down here. And I think I saw roses too. Okay, another dragon flying through the sky with a castle back here. These clouds would be really fun to color. You could do a really nice background on here. You could even make this a night scene and make this a moon with the clouds. Oh, maybe it is a night scene because I see stars here, but that's a really, you could get really creative with that page. And then here we have a dragon that looks like he is not being so nice because he is taking the boat away. Wow. Here we have a dragon, and it looks like a dragon egg. Oh, we had some crystals on that page too, so if you're wanting to practice coloring crystals. And then here we have a dragon that looks sort of like, you could color this one a lot like a mandala, but this would be really cool because you could color this like the colors of water, and then you have the sun here, and then you could color the dragon really cool colors and make the actual dragon part of it all around here and through the center, the focal point of the image, but then still make the sun really stand out with bright, beautiful, vibrant yellows. Sometimes I just look at these pages and I get so many ideas that just come flooding in. Y'all have to let me know if you do the same thing when you're flipping through a coloring book. And that's when you know, when you come to a page like that and it's giving you all kinds of ideas and such, and you know exactly what you want to do with the page, that is probably the page that you should grab your pencils and just start coloring it, because those are the pages that are usually going to turn out the best and you are going to be the happiest with, because that page created a little bit of inspiration for you. This one is really cool too. So we've got lots more leaves down here, and the leaves are a little bit different, so you could really experiment with those. And then we've got the two dragons here on both sides and this really pretty flower in the center. And oh my goodness, we have a rose here. And I think in one of my previous videos, I saw a rose on a previous page too. And there's another rose here too. Oh, and another one. And another one. Okay, wow. Oh my goodness, I just got an idea, because I know that I had said that I wanted to do a rose tutorial, how to color a rose, and I did not have a coloring book to color the rose in. And now I'm thinking, because I wanted to be able to do a tutorial where I colored a rose, I also wanted to be able to do a tutorial where I showed y'all how to use marker and put colored pencil over it to create all that extra depth and dimension. And that page may be the answer. Of course, let me know in the comments below what you would like to see, because y'all know I always like to bring y'all videos that you want to see. We are still going. There are lots of images in this book. Oh, this one is really beautiful. Look at that. And again, we've got lots of leaves and everything again with the girl here. And look at her dress. Her dress is really, really cool. Oh my goodness, here we have a dragon over the building, and it looks like we've got fire coming down from the sky. These are really super cool. Here we have a bigger dragon and then a smaller dragon, and you still got the cute little flowers over here to be able to color. You've got some mountains in the background, and then here is another one of those that looks sort of like a mandala type image, but with the dragon in it. So those are really cool. I really like those. So here we have a dragon that has lots of heads. And then you've got some crystals over here, but it looks like he's on top of a building or something. That's kind of scary to me, but this one is really cool. There's a lot of leaves in this book. A lot of leaves along with your dragons. And then we've got these women all dressed in their armor, and she's got a shield. And I think that we might be, are we at the end? Actually, I think we might have one more. Okay, so here we've got a dragon on top of his egg. And then that is the last page for this book. Okay, so that was Colorful Dragons by Color It, Volume 2. I will have the links down below for all of the coloring books, and for this Color It one, there will be links down there, I believe, for the Color It website, as well as where you could purchase it on Amazon. So again, we had a lot of coloring books, and I really love bringing you all these videos, and I hope that maybe you saw something in this video today that you really, really loved and you want to pick up for yourself. I'll have all the links down in the description box below for anything that you may want to purchase. And of course, with the Ava Browne coloring books, I will also have the Etsy store for Ava Browne linked down there if you want to print out your own pages or purchase the coloring book from their Etsy store so you could print out your own pages. I will have the paper also linked down there that I always recommend. Y'all know I love the Spring Hill paper, so if you want to print out your own pages, that is the best paper to do it on. And I actually just recently did a video where I showed all my favorite coloring supplies, and I showed you in that video several different papers that you can use to print out your coloring pages. So make sure you check out that video. I'll link that in the upper right hand corner as well. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Happy coloring. Bye.